50 years old and up crew inches closer to retirement. That might be you. Many are leaving corporate America to work a side gig or two. A recent AARP survey found that 87% of older workers say flexibility is the main reason they choose to work freelance and contract jobs. In fact, they're very valuable to the U.S. economy, contributing over $8 trillion each year. That's amazing. Let's bring in Dan Gilgoff, Vice President and Editor-in-Chief of AARP.org. That's a staggering amount of money. You know, what are some of the best jobs that somebody could do from home, especially older freelancers?
Yeah. Well, Adrienne, as you say, it's a staggering amount that older workers contribute to the economy. And as you say, flexibility is really a top driver for older workers in these jobs. A lot of it is because the pandemic really changed the way we think of work. A lot of older workers lost their jobs or had to leave their jobs to care for family members. And now as they're returning to the workforce, they're more interested in setting their own hours and being their own boss and deciding when and where to work. And these freelance jobs, and we'll talk some more about them, really provide the opportunity to do that more than before the pandemic.
I think this is a sweeping generational thing, though. Whether you are 50 plus or you're 20 something, it seems as though people are trying to really build their own kind of American dream and success and have more flexibility at home. There's a demand for remote or virtual executive assistants now. You can work for several executives at the same time. What skills would you suggest you have for this type of role?
Yeah, it's interesting, Adrienne, because the demand for full-time executive assistants has actually fallen off, but the demand for contract executive assistants has picked up. And like you say, from the organizational perspective, it's partly for an opportunity to save money and get one executive assistant supporting multiple executives or people. And so for that job, I think flexibility and people skills and ability to manage a calendar are all really helpful. And those jobs pay well. They pay on average over $30 an hour. So it's one of those sectors where if you're willing to work contract, there might be more opportunities than for full-time work for executive assistants.
We've actually posted some of the jobs, the freelance and contract jobs that you might consider and how much you make. A recruiter can make, wow, over $45 an hour. That's a good fit for a lot of older workers. But what kind of previous job experience would you need? I mean, you might hire somebody or somebody might apply for the job but have zero experience in recruitment and just say, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, but if you think about some of the advantages that older workers bring to the workforce, a lot of it is, having a career spent in a certain industry and having a lot of contacts in their network who could be great talent, that's worth recruiting. And so, older workers think about the unique skills that and experiences that they could bring to the job. And I think job recruiter, where, as you pointed out, the pay is really well, on average about $46 an hour, you could see older workers having those networks that make them especially attractive for a job like that.
Yeah, you've seen the hungry, eager, younger workers, but then you compare that to the experienced professional who's already built a Rolodex and understands relationship potentially more. You've got some people to choose from. Thank you, Dan Gilgoff. We appreciate it.
Adrienne, good to talk to you.
Great to talk to you, too. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.